University of Cincinnati.
Okay.
Yeah, and I went online looking for information about the real world.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because I've said this before, I would have been the worst real world
Absolutely worst.
Person ever.
You don't like a lot of things, so that helps.
I would have been angry the whole time, which is good. But yeah, so I was, and then the little ad said, "Do you think you could be in Sync or Backstreet or something like that?"
I saw the same thing
Right.
at MTV.com.
And I was
Absolutely,
like,
yeah.
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 Oh, it was on MTV.com?
It was MTV.com. That's where I saw it, at least. I was in college as well.
See, I didn't know they were involved that early on. I had
Yes.
no idea.
It was a joint venture, ABC obviously and MTV, but I'm
know
teaching
now.
you guys stuff now.
Well, I heard about it from friends who heard it on the radio.
Okay,
They had
right.
radio ads. And people were telling me, "Oh, I heard this ad on the radio. You got to try out for this. They're putting together a boy band." I'm like, "Are you making fun of me?" I'm not sure how to take that. It was like an ongoing joke. You should
Right.
try out. And then here we are.
Joke's on them.
Jokes on them.
Joke's on them.
Perfect for a boy band. Apparently.
I'll let Trevor go last because Trevor has a really funny one that can segue into IRL right now. But for mine, I saw it on a National Enquirer magazine show one day, and then the next day I saw it on like E Weekly or like E News.
Yeah.
And it was like this weird like cosmic slap or punch in the gut where I knew I had to find out information on that audition. You know, like if you want to be, if you want to come to Orlando and be in a band like Backstreet Boys with Lou Pearlman, and I lived about an hour away from Orlando at the time. So it was, I obviously knew everything that was going on with like Backstreet Boys and the phenomena that was starting.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to go, and I couldn't find any information. I didn't know it was on MTV.com still until today years old. And then I had met a guy through a college friend weeks before who worked at TGI Fridays, and my college friend introduced me to him so that we could start a boy band together or a group together.
Yeah.
And I had met him at TGI Fridays. He had a bunch of flair on, and right after that, we didn't speak for like 3 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks maybe at least. I was fast forward to me looking for the information, and I looked everywhere tirelessly for it. I was going over to my ex-girlfriend's house now at the time, and I was really, like, as far as I am away from Trevor to the front door, and the phone rang, and back then we had landlines that were connected to the wall via cord.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to have to miss the call because I thought I had asked my mom to try to find information on the audition also. And then the next I just decided, okay, I'm gonna take this call. So I took the call, and it was the guy Dave who I met weeks prior, and he was like, hey, I know this is weird, we haven't spoken, but I met you through Chrissy, and I was hoping that you would. Have you ever heard of Lou Pearlman? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, do you want to join me on an audition tomorrow? I'm leaving around 6 a.m., but I'll come and pick you up if you want to come with me. And I had no videotape, I hadn't submitted anything online or anything. So I walked in, and I was a walk-on, and we walked in together. He went and auditioned, he didn't make it unfortunately, and then I didn't audition until like 9 o'clock at night. And then he stayed the entire time and waited.
Oh, that's cool.
So what happened? So did you make it?
I'm gonna let the show speak for me.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to tune in.
All right, Trevor.
I also was in college. I was in my junior year at Cal State Fullerton, and my best friend who I lived with at the time worked for the school paper. And he found the thing on MTV.com, and he's like, yo, we gotta try to do this boy band thing. They're putting together a new NSYNC and Backstreet. At the time, we were in fraternity. We were bumping Backstreet and NSYNC all the time. We're like the fraternity guys that were like, why are they doing that? They're gay. And yeah, so he convinced us. We sent a tape in. And like a week later,
It was a joint tape, right?
yeah, it was a joint tape. We auditioned together on the tape, and then he got an email like a couple days later saying like, "Hey, we want you to come and audition for this boy band." And I'm like, "Oh shit, let me check my email," and I didn't get anything. So I was like, he got the call back, and I didn't to go audition. I wasn't gonna go. I had a football tournament to go to, and my friend was like, "You gotta go with me. I don't wanna go by myself. I don't wanna drive up there. You can still walk up and audition." I'm like, "They don't want me. They saw me on the tape already." And so
They said on the email, it said, leave the other guy.
yeah, basically. And so anyway, long story short, I ended up, he convinced me to go up with him. And,
Wow, that's so cool.
and that person,
And who is that
actually
person?
is Joel. He is our tour manager. We were Joel roommates in college.
Everyone's looking at you now.
We can thank Joel for Trevor being in OTC. Awesome. All right, so
And you
listen.
can thank Trevor for Joel being with OT.
That's true. That's true. All right, well, listen, all 5 of us made the top 25 to go down to Orlando and do boy band boot camp and everything. And then 3 of us made the top 8. Me and Dan did not. So, Dan, I know how I felt about it. How did you feel? We're on that banquet, we're loose, picking out the names and everything. How did you feel when your name wasn't called? Obviously, it worked out in the end for you, but in that moment, walk us through like how you felt in that banquet, not having your name called.
Here it comes.
I was
the worst band. Yeah, I'm glad that.
I was convinced that I had proven myself worthy of a solo contract, and that's why I didn't get picked.
So you thought when Lou was calling you, he was offering you a solo deal?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know if I really thought that, but I left there with a lot of confidence. Like, I left there knowing that like this was people from all over the country, and yeah, they like kicked me to the curb, and I went back home. But I remember calling my mom afterwards, like, Mom, I was like, something's gonna come out of this. I thought it was something for me personally. I didn't know it would be coming back to the band, but I left thinking like there was people from all over the country, and I went there, and I was better than all of them. That was my thought process.
The confidence, man. The confidence was better.
I told you, here it comes.
You were better than 16 of them.
Did you not see young Jacob on stage? Oh my God.
He must have missed my audition. I'm just gonna say.
Look, I'm not saying it was like, that's the way I felt. That's the way I felt.
There was the confidence. I
You
like
know
that.
what? Truthfully, the reason why we remember Dan, you don't really see this play out on the show. It shows it real quick. We went to the movies, and we were between members at this point, and Jay Morose was like, "Gosh, if you could pick anybody, who would it be?" And I was like, "I know somebody from the 25 I wish was in." He was like, "Me too." And he goes, "Whoa, don't say anything. Tell me on your own and see if it's the same person." We're like, "Well, we've never even talked about the 25, so that would be crazy."
This plays out.
We
This
never
plays out.
said,
On the show.
we never like, remember that one guy? We never
We
talked
moved
about
on.
anyone.
It was crazy.
Except for how cool they were. Like, oh, that guy was cool. Jackie was cool. Justin was cool.
Thank you, man.
So yeah, but at, like audition wise, because that we were forged in this like high intensity, moment, and every day you're filmed. So like, no, we moved on. But then I was going with that before I. So the most we all said the same name, and us two said it. And we're like, well, let's go check the other guys. They're in the theater already. So we go, and all 4 of us the same name. And I say that because Dan left such an impression on us as we're sizing ourselves up to people, like our own competitors. I know I looked around the room like, that guy's a competitor. Like he should be in this. And Mark, in my opinion, nothing that we talked each other into. It was something that I left like, dang, that guy didn't make the group. Wow, I didn't see
But
that.
I was shit on TV, so that's why.
So he really did. He had a great audition that left a mark for all of us, and this is how it's supposed to be, right?
I think it's all about self-preservation also. There were gentlemen at the audition who I felt might impede with my solos and my presence in the band, who were clearly better than Dan, but they weren't coming back.
Right.
So I think we all were like, yeah, he's brunette. He's not as tan as I am. All right, not good there.
So
he has green eyes.
Did it happen the exact way that we saw on TV? That movie theater was legit.
That's it. Yeah. You didn't even see all of it, but like how it was more intense than that. Because you don't see us like actually splitting up to make sure this was not staged.
Yeah.
It really went down like that.
That's cool. Let's talk about how Dan got the opportunity, because our first fan question of the day